Well, good morning, South County Community Church. I'm excited to bring you two announcements, one related to upcoming sermons and one related to our adult education Sunday school hour. First, I want to ask you a question. Did you know that God has been and is continuing to work one grand story of redemption as portrayed through all Scripture and into our lives? We call this understanding of God's story to reframe our stories. We call that biblical theology. And that's exactly what the sermon this Sunday is going to be all about. See, this Sunday we look at Luke chapter 24, verse 13 to 35. Immediately what happened after Easter, on that first Easter over 2,000 years ago, as Jesus meets with and draws near to his disciples to explain all of Scripture in light of who he is and what he's doing. And it's this grand overarching story of creation, fall, redemption, and restoration, which then guides all of our stories. And so we're taking a pause from our sermons in the book of 1 Peter to finish out the last 3 weeks of what happened after Easter, after Jesus rose on Easter Sunday. So we're going to spend April 24th, May 1st, and May 8th concluding the last chapter of Luke before we resume and return to 1 Peter. But I also want to let you know that this idea of biblical theology or understanding all of God's story to frame our story is exactly what we're studying in our adult education Sunday school class. And so if you're interested in learning more about what is this one big story that all of Scripture tells us, well, I invite you to come this Sunday at 8:45 as our class is more of a discussion. We're working through this book, the whole story of the Bible in 16 verses. And if you haven't gotten a copy, you haven't read, that's totally fine. We read one small short chapter at a time and discuss it together. So this Sunday at 8:45, we're going to be going through chapter 8 of this book. And then in our sermons, we're going to be looking at the road to Emmaus and Jesus drawing near. So I hope you're able to join us this weekend, and I hope you're able to continue with us as we journey to learn more about God's story, reshaping our stories through the end of the Gospel of Luke, and then once we resume and return to 1 Peter. Have a blessed rest of your day, and hope to see you all this weekend.